Hi, Paul. Welcome back from the bathroom.
Oh,
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good, good. Did you get enough break?
Yeah, I found the drinking fountain out there, so
Okay,
good
good.
to go.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to finish the assessment now. I'm going to ask you a few questions. We're going to start off with why you're here, and then we're going to finish up with getting you some referrals and sending you out to try to fix your problem. So what actually brings you here today?
I'm kind of having some shocking news this week, and I'm a little depressed about it.
So you have a little depression?
Yeah.
Have you ever been diagnosed with depression?
Well, years ago, my dog died, and I got kind of depressed, so I saw a therapist about that.
Did you?
I got some medication and took some time to figure out why I was so wrapped up with that dog.
Okay, and what kind of medication were you taking for that?
It was Wellbutrin.
Wellbutrin?
It was something called XR, extended release.
Okay, and do you remember what the dosage was?
No, I just remember I took it once a day.
Once a day? How long did you take it for? Are you still on it?
No, not anymore. Did it for about a year and a half.
About a year and a half? And how long ago was that?
Let's see, that would have been about 9 years ago.
About 9 years ago?
Yeah.
So
8.5 years ago.
So about 8.5 years ago you were done, or 8.5 years ago you started?
Yeah.
8.5 years ago you were done. So it was about 10 years ago that your dog died?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a good old boy.
Good old boy. Okay, and does anything else bring you here today?
Yeah, my depression is because the landlord died. And, not that I knew the landlord wasn't a friend of mine or anything, but his heirs, just gave me a notice that I need to move at the end of the week. It's like 2 weeks notice or something, and here a week later, I'm pretty depressed.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not. Just let me clarify. I'm not a legal aid or attorney. I can't give you legal advice, but I don't think that that's legal. Maybe we should.
Well, they said I could pay like double the rent because they're going to put this place at market rate, and I've been here for like more than 8 years.
So if I understand correctly, your landlord passed away, and he was charging you a certain amount of rent, and hasn't upped your rent in a while. And
no, he was fair about it for forever. So.
And then the new heirs stepped in, and they either said double the rent or get out.
Yeah,
and they told you you have a week or 2 weeks to get out.
Put a note on the door and said, I'm out of, I have to move by, this date.
Okay, so
we're coming right up on that. And, I don't even have a plan for moving truck or anything.
Okay, and can you afford the double rent, or?
Not right now. I've got 5 people in the house. My adult son and his girlfriend live with us. They both work, but they're like part-time jobs, so they contribute. They barely cover the electric bill.
Oh, really?
It's like we've just got my income, and my wife is part-time, and so and I have a son in high school.
And do you have a salary coming in, fixed income, or?
Yeah, I'm on disability.
Okay, so you have disability.
And it's not enough, it would cover just the rent, but it wouldn't pay the garbage bill, the other stuff I'm responsible for, So we've got to have more than one person in the house working towards it.
Okay, I can see how that can be a problem.
And then, we can't afford double,
Okay.
It's just too high right now.
Well, then we'll see if we can get you into, refer you to someone that can give you some legal advice on that and tell you what your rights are. I'd like to change gears a little bit. Do you have a medical history aside from the depression before? Anything else
You mean
that's
like
bothering
surgeries?
you? Any surgeries or any kind of diagnosis? No?
No, nothing.
Okay. How about a psychological history? Have you seen a psychiatrist, you said, any other times? Or? Did you see him for anything else aside from the
No,
depression?
no, just the depression. I learned to deal with that. Got over it. So.
Okay. And speaking of learning to deal with it, how do you deal with your stress? Is it just by taking the depression medication, or?
I don't know. Tend to have a little party towards the end of the week and have a couple of. I like to. I made a joke once. I was like, I only had 2 juices.
Two juices? Is that like apple juice or?
No, it's like hard alcohol.
Oh,
it's a fruit juicy drink.
Oh, I understand. I've heard of those.
They even had one that had caffeine in it once called Four Locos, but they don't make those anymore. They had to put a stop to that.
I have
People were wide awake, drunk.
How many would you say that you drank?
2 does me just fine. Yeah.
And how
like
big
23 ounces.
So 23 ounces, and how often did you drink those?
Got a Friday night, Saturday night.
Friday and Saturday only?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Sometimes the weekend starts on Wednesday, right?
Oh, okay. All right, I understand.
I don't work, so I'm home most of the time, and I have a hobby, but I don't do much else.
What is your hobby?
I do amateur radio.
Amateur radio?
I belong to a club, and we help other people, in the hobby to talk to people all over the world, and set up the radios, build antennas. It's kind of a sport to see how many contacts you could make in another country.
That sounds like it would be pretty fun.
So,
and that gives you a little stress relief and takes your mind off your
it's all
problem.
fun, very relaxed. You get some intense moments when you're trying to pull someone out of the noise. Just the world makes lots of electronic noise in there. You're trying to strain to hear someone talk.
Okay, great. I want to change bases again real quick. Have you ever considered suicide, or have you ever attempted suicide?
Well, I don't know, but I guess that it's been a time or two where I thought, well, the world's not doing good with me, so it could do fine without me.
Did you ever have a plan of how you were going to?
No, I'd be standing there waiting for a train or something.
So you thought of a way to do it, but
yeah.
have you actually considered it, or have you ever attempted
it's just
it?
a fleeting thought. Kind of shake it off.
Okay.
So,
can we make a deal here real quick? That if you ever get in that position again, that you think that you may want to harm yourself, or that you may want to commit suicide or jump in front of that train, that you give me a call and let us discuss it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could agree to do that.
So you agree to do that? Good. Have you ever had thoughts of harming others?
No. Never thought about that.
Okay.
A couple of bullies in high school, but I left there a long time ago.
Okay. And what about any other thoughts of harming yourself? Have you ever done cutting, or do you know what cutting is?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Where you cut yourself to
Yeah.
feel the pain. Anorexia, bulimia, head banging, bang your head on the wall, or punch a wall. Okay,
That could cause damage to the landlord's property.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Okay, and I'd like to change gears again and go into family history. You said you had 2 sons, one older, one younger. The older son has his girlfriend living with you, and you have your wife. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I've got an older sister and 2 younger brothers.
So 1 sister and 2 brothers. So that would make you the second of 4 children?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like number 2.
And who raised you?
Number 3, you're next. My mom and dad, they were still together until my dad passed 2 years ago.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
It was a good childhood. Dad worked, mom stayed home. We all tried to get along, siblings, we'd fight a little amongst ourselves. got out of the way so my sister could get to my little brother.
Was there any abuse in the house at all? Physical, verbal?
No, other than, I suppose we used to hit each other in the shoulder a lot.
Okay. Well, that's probably just children being
Yeah,
children, right?
Just getting their digs in.
Okay. And can you describe your marriage to me?
We get along. I think we're compatible. Things are going okay. With just the usual life stresses, not enough money at the end of the month, and got into a little debt, and, credit cards and stuff like that. So,
Okay, I just want to go back a little bit and just clarify some things. You came in today with depression, and your landlord had passed away, and the heirs are taking over, and they gave you a notice on your door to
yeah.
either pay double your rent or get out, and you have 2 weeks to get out. Your medical history, you were seen before for depression about 10 years ago. Took Wellbutrin.
Yeah.
Took that for about a year and a half, and then you got better. Did the doctor wean you off it, or did you stop taking it?
Yeah, he just had me, cut the pills in half and, take half the dosage.
Okay.
He asked, call back if I get any negative response to doing that.
Okay.
That seemed to work well for the, last month or two that I was on it.
Okay.
But I was feeling pretty good. I think it corrected the problem.
Okay. And you say you drink about 23 ounces of juice on the weekends only, but sometimes the weekends start on Wednesday instead of Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that?
That's probably where I think I pull out the credit card and buy the alcohol, when I need it.
So you're using credit to buy alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay.
I learned I'm not supposed to buy food on credit, so.
You're not supposed to buy food on credit.
That's not food, right?
It's not food. You're absolutely right there. Would you like to look into that and maybe see if you can cut down on that, or do you think that you need to cut down on that? Or?
Yeah, I didn't actually start drinking until about 6 years ago. So,
what do you think? What started the drinking? Just for pleasure, or?
I think we started drinking when we wanted to teach our son to be a responsible drinker. So we said, "Here, we'll teach you how."
Okay.
Now he has a beer on a weekend or something, and I'm the one with the problem. I don't think it's a problem. I'm just at home most of the time anyway.
Okay. Has it ever caused you to?
I've missed church a few times.
You missed church a few times.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you say no significant life events? Have you had any significant life events in your past?
No.
No. Do you have a history of family mental illness in your house?
No.
No. And your highest education?
Some college, but never got a degree.
Some college, but no degree. And did you get a high school diploma or GED?
Yeah, kind of. I actually took an early exit exam, so it was like getting a GED, except for you do it before you should have been graduating. I graduated early.
Okay.
Tested out of school.
Okay. And how did you get around?
Buses.
You took the bus?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your sexual orientation, if you don't mind me asking?
Heterosexual.
Heterosexual. Okay. And do you go to church?
Yeah.
Do you go regularly?
Yeah, every Sunday.
Is that
It's a Christian church.
It's a Christian church. And do you find support there? Or people that you can talk
I've
to?
been there long enough. I've got friends at church now. And, it's kind of a social event once a week, and sometimes we have picnics and dinner parties. Sometimes even during the week.
Okay. And And you said your coping skills, to help relieve your stress, you do amateur radio building and you work with other people to help them, and you get some pleasure out of that. And,
Yeah.
okay. Any other hobbies?
No, just that one.
Just that one. Okay. And what are some of your strengths? Would you say some things that you're good at?
I like to be persistent about, learning a piece of equipment that I'm working with.
Okay.
Poke at all the buttons to find out what it does.
Okay. And you said doing the amateur radio gives you pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's some camaraderie and, something to do on a once-a-month basis with a bunch of other people. And once a year we do a field day, go camping for a 24-hour on-the-air contest.
Okay. So what it sounds like is we need to get you to a place that you can get some legal advice about your landlord situation, and we need to also look into maybe some low-income housing or get some help with some housing.
Because I think the family needs to support each other right now. It's just the job market's tight out there. So not
Okay.
much chance for changing that.
Okay, so one of the referrals that I'd like to refer you to, if you think that it might help, is the Department of Housing.
Okay.
And that's at 630 I Street. Would you have a problem getting to there?
No, there's a bus goes right down there on J Street.
Okay.
Walk away. So.
And I think the next thing that we need to do is help you with the legal aid. I think because you only have 2 weeks, so I think that's kind of important. So there's a Sacramento legal aid at 515 12th Street in Sacramento. Do you think you'd be able to make it to that?
Yeah, the light rail goes right through there.
Okay.
Because not too far from the first stop in town there.
Okay, and then DHS, they can help you with food stamps, what they call CalFresh now.
Uh-huh.
And I think they can also help you with bus tokens or maybe a bus pass
Okay.
to cut down on that. And that's at 2700 Fulton Ave in Sacramento. Do you know where that's at?
Yeah.
Okay, and then for counseling, there's a place called Insight Counseling at 25 Cadillac Drive in Sacramento. Do you know how to get there?
Okay.
You know where that's at?
Yeah, that's down by Sac State.
Okay, so you wouldn't have trouble getting there either?
Yeah, there's buses go down right by there.
Okay, do you think there's any other referrals that you might need?
I can't think of anything offhand other than, just, finding out what kind of resources we might be able to tap into.
Okay, well, what we're going to do is we'll refer you to these places, and I'm going to advocate for you. And what that means is that for the informal ones, for instance, the food bank and the legal aid, those are things that you would come back to me and let me know how that worked out.
All right.
For the formal ones, such as Department of Housing, the counseling, I'll have you fill out a release of information.
Okay.
And I would call them and with your release of information, if you decided to sign that, it would give me permission to discuss with them your case, and that way I can find out if it's helping you, if there's anything else you may need, if this is a good fit for you, if they're providing what they say they're going to provide for you, and if they need to provide more for you, then I'd advocate for you to get them to provide more for you.
Okay.
And if you do think of something else that you need, that you think you may need, I'm in the office from 8 to 5 every day,
All right.
Monday through Friday, and we have the people, they answer the lines afterwards. You can leave a message for me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you have an emergency, of course, call 911.
All right.
If you have a medical emergency or you feel like something's wrong, you can always call me at the office, and if it's an emergency, then they will contact me.
Okay.
And if I'm available, I'll be able to contact you back if you leave a phone number at. That's about it. Do you have any questions for me?
No, not at this time. I think that explains it all. So we've got like a little to-do list going, huh?
Yeah, we have a to-do list, and we'll check back on that next week when you come back in to see how things are going, and make sure that everything that you need is being looked at. Of course, like I said, the legal aid needs to be looked at right away, so I will try to get you set up with that as soon as possible. They'll call you,
Okay.
and give you that, and I'll also give you a phone number that you can call them, just in case they take too long to call you. You can contact them and maybe set up an appointment that way. Okay, I'd like to thank you for coming in, Paul, and
Okay, thank you, Bert.
I appreciate you coming in.
Okay.
Okay, bye.